Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you have arrived at Tangle Time. Thank you so much for being with me today. Our string is going to be from tanglepatterns.com. As always, it is number 13 and was provided by Jill Dobis, or Dobis, not sure. We are going to be doing two tangles today. We're going to be doing Shard by Carole Ohl CZT. Simba is in the house, bumping up. And Bonsai, it is by Kazue Ito, also a CZT. So let's get started. All right, Shard is a ribbon tangle. Both of them are ribbon tangles that we're doing today. And so let's do a very quick, easy step out here. Shard is one of those ribbon tangles that starts between a set of parallel lines that also, have inside auras. And of course, you want to take your time and care with these. On your tile, you want a distance, a gap between these two lines, okay? So Shard is very simple. It's very, what is that other pattern by Carole that uses this technique? I'll think of it. I really like it. It's also fairly similar to Batten, that is also by Carole. You're just going to make a little triangular shape, shard as she calls it, and make it sort of pointy. It can point whatever way you want. And then you're going to make some careful auras. Once you have run out of room, you're going to connect the tip to the top of you're going to connect the tops of the apex of each of these to the tip of the shard. There you go. All right. Okay, so next you find a spot along here and you put another shard. It doesn't matter what it looks like or which direction it points. This is going to work. So you can do it however you like. All you need is a pointy little filled in triangular shape and some nice careful aura lines. That last is the problem for me. And you're going to connect them all the way through. Okay? And you just continue. Point them whichever direction you want to. You can make them whatever size you want to. And then careful aura lines. Now we can hear all the cars outside. We may get more ambient noise. I've got my windows open. It rained last night, and we have got a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous day today that is wet and rainy and cool. Yes. Now, I did not intentionally do this, but I drew behind on this. That's fine. I'm going to just black here. I'm just going to go with it. You can do this however you want. Now, I'm going to choose to ink my little gaps that I have here and there, but you can do it however you like, okay? So I like to point mine in different directions. You can do as you wish. As always, it is your art. If you want these to be squat and fat, in fact, if you want to do them circular, I imagine that would work too, although the line from the tip to the tip might be difficult. One more. Now, I could have come in here and stopped after maybe 3 auras and put another one in sideways going this way. I just chose not to. Again, you can't get it wrong. This is your art. You can do it however you like. But this, in essence, is the entire tangle shard. And again, you can choose to ink your gaps, your interstices, or not. It's entirely up to you. I don't think Carole does in the step out, but I kind of like the extra ink. So that's just me. So you just keep adding these points, shards, point them different directions, R them till you feel like they've had enough. Connect tip to tip. And that's it, okay? And you have shard. Now, lots and lots of shading possibilities in here. Again, everywhere your lines are perpendicular to each other, you're going to want to shade, okay? So this is one of our tangles for today. The second one by Kazue Ito is called Bonsai. It is constructed or deconstructed from a bonsai tree format. As the bonsai grows the new tendrils, they grow or are trained in certain directions. So that's where this came from. All right. On bonsai, you start, and this is or can be a ribbon tangle. It could also be organic. It just really depends on how you handle it. Let's do this way. Bonsai can be drawn to the right or to the left. Okay, you start with a nice big petal shape, teardrop shape. Okay, then on this side you can choose whether to do it to the right or to the left. Now I'm going to give a nod to my lefties today and do it in the opposite direction than what I am used to. So I'm going to do it to the left, but you can do it either way. This works, okay? Now, you're going to put these little teardrop shapes at right angles to each other, all right? Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit. Then you're going to add echo lines on the side with nothing else. You're going to add echo lines all the way down. So let me show you. Out, round it out, and down to the same point, each time getting a bit smaller. Yes, until you have reached the bottom. All right. Now you're going to turn your tile and you're going to do the same thing going this way. All right. Getting smaller each time. All right. Now, if you like it this way, you can leave it, or Kazue in the step out, when there is a gap here that is fairly large, there is an added little echo thing that comes down from the top there. So you have something that sort of looks like this. Yeah. Now, how can this be a ribbon tangle? Well, point to point, point to tip, just like this. Now, you can choose to go opposite directions, or you can go the same way. And on Tangle Patterns, on the step out, there are examples of how it looks both ways, all going one way, all going the other way, or alternating. All of these are fun explorations to have. So on this one, I'm going to make this go the opposite direction. Okay, so my first set of echo lines are going to go down on this side. The side that is completely blank. Like this. Then turn your tile and come down this way. Just out and down to the same point. Okay, and then if I have extra room, you just do it like that, okay? Now, I'm not going to take time. These videos have been crazy long, and I'm still looking for a way to get them to be a little bit less work intensive for me, a lot less. No matter what I do, they seem to run an hour and a half, and it's a lot of work to get them even down to an hour and 15 minutes sometimes. All right, so I did it done this way, and I'm going to draw I did it out of order, sorry. Although I think in the step out it is drawn in this way, going down one side and then drawing in your other element. And then you're going to echo this down. Like so, and then like that. And this is the way it will look if you alternate back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys look up on Tangle Patterns how this looks. And let's move on to our string for today. I'm going to be using this Zentangle original tile. It is in gray. Look at that, guys. I said gray. And this is what we're going to be working on today. So let me grab my pencil. Try to keep this in frame today. No promises. And I'm going to put my dots, one on each corner. And if, like me, you have trouble getting your dots to line up right, you want to skip the dots and just draw your border lines, that's okay too. I just R on my edge. That seems to make a difference for me. And so I'm just putting sort of straightish lines. They're definitely straightish today. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start in the corner. All right. We're going to come up here and bulge out. Oh, not that bulgy. Bulge out and in. Whoops. All right, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I lifted out this string pencil line from here to here so that I could turn this corner and come back down here. What we're basically wanting is to start at a point, end at the same point, and sort of squish some wavy lines in here, okay? Something like that. Yeah. Not perfect. And again, mine's going to look different than the one on Tangle Patterns. Yours is going to look different from mine. They're all going to be a little bit different, but if you keep the concept, you'll be all right. So what she does is come from the side of this diagonal hump here, and she draws a wavy line like this. Okay, from the side of the hump, and then it ends down here at the tip. Yes, I hope you guys can see this okay. Then on the other side, she does the same thing. Like this. Okay? So you've got sort of a little brook or stream or something running down the middle of this, right? Okay, now on this side, she starts about here, and she makes some wavy lines. So that what you have here, so let me get this a little darker. So that you can see. Yeah, and these are like this. So you sort of have an odd-shaped gap there in the center, okay? So this is our string today, and again, it does not have to be perfect, right? Okay. So I think that I am going to start with bonsai, and I am going to put some in this area right here. And I think I'll start... Actually, I think I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to make this way. Okay, now I'm going to turn my tile. I should put another one in there, but that's okay. No mistakes, right guys? No mistakes. You can't get it wrong. Okay, now I think I'm going to put a row of shard in here through this middle ribbon section, okay? And then we'll see where we're at. So I'm going to redraw my string line here. Slowly and carefully, like this. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to draw my two auras, and I'm going to take my time and try to get them perfect. Okay, I'm not going to try to get them perfect. I'm going to try to get them good for me. Just take your time. Do the very best you can, and if you make a mistake, remember that's an opportunity to do things somewhat differently. Okay. Again, I'm going to strive to keep my width a little bit more consistent than this. Okay. Now I think I'm going to let's put our shard in. I'm trying to decide which direction to start. So I think I'll start small and work out. And I'm just going to start by putting these tiny little shards in. Oh, good, somebody's here. Then I think I'll do the next one from here down. And of course, these are necessarily tiny. Okay. Just take your time with me. Just relax. Listen to the cars driving down the wet street and splashing. I love the sound of rain and all of the sounds that go along with it. It's such a cleansing thing. Well, I'm having varying degrees of success with this. But I'm going to believe what I tell you guys, and that is don't judge it ahead of time. Finish your tile. I promise you, every time I do that, every time I follow through and finish a tile, I end up being very happy that I did. Now again, you do not have to ink your gaps, but I am going to on some of them. any spots that you ink are going to be triangular anyway, so it's going to go right along with what you're doing. And I'm going to gradually get larger as I go, but I'm not going to speed up. I'm going to focus on each stroke of the pen. Let's do one more. Okay. Now in this instance, I can again draw behind, or I can put another little one over here and start again. You can add your shards wherever you would like and as often as you would like. When you feel like that's enough in one place, then just move to another place and start again. That is entirely up to you. Okay. You don't have to have more than one aura if you can't fit it in. I thought this would be perfect for a curvy ribbon because it's not going to matter what the ribbon excuse me. It's not going to matter what the ribbon does. You're still going to handle it the exact same way. Thank you guys for all of your comments yesterday. I really appreciate that. I have another question for you today, and that is, sorry, I'm a little sick at my stomach right now. It's making it kind of hard to talk. But my question is, because these videos in my continuing quest to make this process where I can put as much out as possible for you guys but still deal with the time constraints, my question is how you would feel about dividing a tile into sections for each video. Like if we did, I'm specifically considering doing the first 8 chapters of the Zentangle Primer Volume 1 with you guys. And my plan was on that to do it like take a day for each tangle, basically, on the tile. Basically, the first eight chapters of the Zentangle Primer teach you the basics of Zentangle. That starts with Crescent Moon, which teaches aura-ing. Then it goes to Halaba, of course, which teaches drawing behind. And then they've got, I think, Bales and Printemps, I believe. I'll have to double check. But I was wondering, and we put it in a string, and so I was wondering how you guys would feel about doing a section of a string each time for the video, and finishing the tile, whenever you get that far. I don't know, some of you may need that feeling of accomplishment to finish an entire tile at one sitting. And so that is cool. It's very cool if you want to do that. Okay. So anyway, let me know in comments what you think about that idea. And I'll keep attempting to make these simpler. It seems to be, I blame myself, not that it's a blame issue. It seems that because I really put a lot into my tiles just in general, it seems like I'm not able to keep these more in a more simplistic state where we are not so stressed with all of the minutia and that we can focus on the drawing. And so I'm struggling with that dichotomy of wanting to really do a good job here and teach something worthwhile, but also needing to make it something that I can sustain over time. That is my current dilemma, is that I can do these, but if I did hour and a half videos, I would want to move to like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week, and that's it. So let me know how you feel about that. As always, I take your thoughts and opinions into consideration very strongly. I also wanted to ask you guys how you would feel about me doing a paid promotion. Well, it's actually not paid. Some kind of an advertisement or promotion for a skincare line. They have contacted me and wanted me to do, basically they give me a 3-month supply and then want me to do a video about the results, is basically what it is. And I have hesitated up until now because I want this to be about art. I want it to be about Zentangle, and I don't want it to be about a bunch of other stuff, and I don't want a bunch of other stuff cluttering up my channel. However, if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing me do, I can definitely do it. I just, I'm not all that invested in skincare because I don't care, but, maybe you guys are. That's not to say I don't like to use quality products. I do. Anyway, I'm just babbling. Arteza, the art company, has also been in touch with me about doing a collaboration, so I'm definitely going to be getting in touch with them. Hopefully that means discounts for you guys too. And those of you who don't have like brush pens that are like Tombos and you want to upgrade the quality of what you have, then that might be a good opportunity. All right, we're almost done here. Hopefully this has been pretty relaxing for you guys. Oops. All right, fun. Okay. All right. There is Shard. I will probably do, I don't know. Let's find out what we're going to do next. Now, I think I'm going to travel in this direction, which would be opposite this direction, but it really doesn't matter. And I'm going to do a string of bonsai. What is up, Simba? What you talking about? Do you have something you want to tell the people? Do ya? Do ya? No. So I want somebody to play with me. Mar. Okay, so I think we'll have to go out this way. All right, so I decided to do something a little different here. I'm going to make this one short. And I think I'll do it like that.
Just thinking of how to play with him again without my selfie. Because last time I played with him the way I did, I got hurt.
Okay, so you see on this one, by the time I had filled this up, I did not have any room for anything coming down. So that's okay. It's absolutely fine to do it that way. I am skewing the direction on this intentionally. Like that. Okay. And this is one that will work really well with orbs to sort of tuck into any spots that you feel like need something extra. It will definitely dress it up. I might do something else in here. I'm going to finish this up and then decide. And you've already figured out that I'm already going to the left with these instead of the right. And that's cool. Take your time, Cindy. Okay. And you can tell also that adjusting the length of these makes a difference in how the pattern looks, which is cool. So I'm going to put a poll on the community tab if I can get there on my iOS device. It would be nice if they would fix that, but I don't know when. It's been that way for the last 2 years. So I'm going to put a poll on there for shorter videos but more often, or longer videos and fewer, and let you guys let me know. You can, if you don't want to do the poll, you can tell me in comments fewer videos and longer, or shorter videos and more frequent. Because I don't think I'm capable of making these any shorter if we're going to complete the tile all the way. You know, it just takes as long as it takes. Well, that was interesting. It definitely has a different look than the rest. That's all right.
Ow. If you think I'm not playing with him because he's barking, that's not true.
Okay. So on the inside of this, the boys are playing, so just let's ignore those two crazy kids. What I think I'm going to do is put a small aura on the inside of this. Like that. That'll give it a little bit more of a finished look. And I haven't decided yet whether I want to go around the outside with an aura or not. I probably will, but for now I'm going to leave that off. So over here, I think I'm going to round off some of these. I'm going to pay extra attention to this bonsai in the middle here. It's a larger element. So we're going to be able to do some good shading on this. Okay, and then I'll do a little bit more here. All right. Okay, so I think I'm going to put some orbs in here. And I'm going to put one sideways in here. I think I will do this one on the right. Okay. And then we're going to go off this way and just do our pretty little echo lines down. We'll just run them into each other. And then over here, I think I will do the same thing. I think I'll start here on the large element. And on this side, I think I'm going to bring out that here.
Some white blocky.
Okay, so let's put an orb in here.
You moved the couch 5 feet apart. Look at what you did.
And that will draw that whole bit together. And I'm going to do my rounding here. Just a hint.
I just tried to play with you, Simba.
Okay. Well, that was off camera. Good job. Okay, so I have a choice now. I always have a choice. I think I'm going to do another ring of bonsai up here. I was thinking of doing shard, and that would work. Let me look at this. So if I had another string like this up here, or I could do the shard over here coming down and meet them up. I think I'm going to try the shard. So I tweaked my string just a tiny bit so it would work a little bit easier for me. And then I'm going to put in my inner aura on this side. Trying to take my time. I'm trying to decide here whether I want to make this a complete ribbon and leave this blank here, or if I want the shard and this bonsai element to bump up against each other. And I'm still trying to decide. I think I'm going to put a funky aura over here. Okay. And let's get started with this. And I think I will come from this direction on this just for some visual interest. Let's see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. And my mat came off my easel, so I'm going to have to find some glue that will stick to wood, because that sucks. I knew it would eventually, but there you go. All right. Well, this pen must be my old one. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, that's much happier. I'm going to try to take more time with these. I feel like the other one is a little bit messy, so I'm going to try to slow down on this one, take my time. More time, Cindy, more time. And sort of get me out of this little narrow spot here. That'll work. I think this will work well. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Bless you, baby. It is so lovely and cool today. I am just really enjoying that. Now if the sun would shine and it would be lovely and cool. We're getting close to fall, and I am thrilled I have survived another summer. Of course, around here it'll still be hot for another month or so, but do I want to go opposite completely, or let's do this. I like this tangle because it's very visually interesting, but it's also very simple, and you can fit it into whatever space. You can make it go whichever direction. So I appreciate its versatility. You can ink the gaps or not, which will definitely give you different looks. I sort of like that dense look, but you guys know that's me. That's how I am. You may feel differently, and that would be fine. I always want you guys to explore and have fun and do your own thing. Okay. I believe that is our line work. I think I am going to put a finishing aura over here just for interest. Take my time. I think I'll join this right up here. All right. Okay. So this is what we've got. Again, for shading on shard, we're going to do all of these perpendicular line spots. Remember, you shade on the side where the lines come in and not on the long side, if that helps. I don't know if I haven't been able to think of a way to explain it in better words. If somebody has better words for this than me, please drop me a comment and tell me what they are. Also, if you would like, you can shade to one side on this, where we have this divided up, you can shade to one side like this. But this is a tangle, like so many others, that shading brings it from okay to yeah, wow. Okay, so take your time with the shading. Shade all your perpendicular lines. And you may want to shade along the top where your aura lines are there. I'm going to shade under those, or behind, I don't know. Don't make me talk. I can't. But like this. Shade on the tangle side of the aura lines. This will give us some separation for the other side as well. So that's how I'm going to do the shading. This is already way over an hour, so I'm going to stop now. On this, remember our video on M-anning, the Tangle M-anning, we go over how to shade these types of elements. Now, I'm not going to bother with this type of shading on these, probably not, because they're so small. But on this large element, I definitely am going to shade on these lines. And also shade this between the aura line and the element. Let's see how this turns out. And again, I'll have to pick up some of this extra graphite. Now, I need a different blending tool for this because this is far too large for this tiny space. So I'll have to come in here with my eraser. Yep. Simba is here. And apparently he's got a lot to say to everybody today. So after I do my shading, sorry about Simba, it's that time of day for the mailman to be here, and he takes that extremely seriously, as you can see. All right. Lift some of this graphite out of this middle section. But then what I will do with my, since I'm on gray, I will put some highlighting with my white charcoal pencil right here on this front element, and maybe along the tips of these other ones, along the edges. A little bit of best of both worlds kind of a thing. Just smooth it on there. This I will probably take through and do on my small ones. Something like this is really going to pop out the shading that I haven't done yet. So you can see that's going to be good. And on these shards, if you decide to shade one side, then you can stroke some of this up on the other side and really give this some 3D dynamics Okay, so I'll show you a picture of my tile when it's finished at the end of this video here in a second. And members, I will do the tile wrap up video for you. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave you today. Thank you so much for being with me. Don't forget, if you're posting your art at the Tireless Tangler, be sure and tag me on Instagram. Or on Facebook. Eventually I do get on there and look at things, but it takes a while. So don't count on me for that. The account that hacked me last week is gone from Instagram. Thank you guys so much for letting me know about that issue. All right. I'm going to see you guys soon. Be sure you leave me comments and let me know what you think about this whole thing. And I'm going to see you next lesson.